Well, hello traders, this is Jordan from Blue Guardian, and I'm here with one of our successful funded traders. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Aaron. I'm from United States, Los Angeles, California, to be exact. So it's an honor to be interviewed by you. Doing well. How about
Amazing.
yourself?
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Aaron. It's great to have a little chat with you, and hopefully, this will be helpful to some traders out there who are maybe starting their first challenge with Blue Guardian. Yeah, so this a bit of advice would be great towards them. So we'll get cracking with your trading journey. How did you start with trading?
So I started getting into trading at around 2018. I self-taught myself mainly through YouTube on understanding price action, market structure, support, and resistances. 2019 is when I started getting my feet wet with my own money, trading major forex pairs on U.S. Regulated brokers such as Oanda, Forex.com. At around 2020 is when I started learning about the prop firm industry. So I started to go that route versus using my own money to trade.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of, started off risking their own money and then kind of developed over to the side of using a company's money to trade. Because,
Yeah,
obviously you don't want to lose your own money. You might as well use someone else's. So,
yeah.
yeah, so what was your main struggles when it come to trade? And did you come across any hurdles in your journey?
Uh, I guess the first my first hurdles was there's so much information you could just so much information you could digest within a relatively short time span. So as I was learning the basics, I got conflated with indicators, different trending uh, strategies. That was so much stuff that I was like being pulled this way, that way. Um, so in the end, that was pretty much my main struggle at first. Deciding what really works best for me. Going through these strategies during the first year, especially during my first year trading, learning about it,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, when you first start off, there's so much noise in this space. You don't know where to start. So yeah, completely understand that struggle, 100%. So what is the strategy you're currently using and the strategy that you use to pass the Blue Guardian account and also get the payout?
So after looking back, learning from my past experiences. So I pretty much read price action. So depending on what's happening on the charts, I could be looking for a potential breakout if a price has been consolidating, or I also look for potential reversals if price is trending for a while. So I go in the lower time frames to see if my confirmations tend me to take a trade on the reversal. So I'll be looking on that. So specifically, I look at price action. I trade primarily gold on the 15-minute time frame.
Oh, amazing. That's great. So when you started learning this strategy that you're currently using, did you use a paid course or was it all kind of like free materials online on YouTube or Forex related websites?
So I guess for the first for the first month or so, I self-taught myself. Um, as we all know, baby pips. I guess that's the
Yes.
number one resource for beginners, and also watching these gurus on YouTube. And yes, at one point I did pay for paid courses. Um, it helped me for a while, but as I said before, I kept getting pulled this way, that way, knowing what's best for me. So pretty much, I over the course of these years leading up to now, I pretty much decided, let me just eliminate what hasn't been working consistently for me, and just uh, be confident in myself and how I read the charts. So yes, to answer your question, I've had been going through paid courses as part of my trading journey.
Oh, fantastic. And does your strategy kind of change when you're dealing with your personal funds compared to a prop firm account? Because obviously with prop firm accounts, you do have restrictions you've got to follow. So does your strategy kind of adapt to a prop firm account?
Um, that's a good question. I treat it the same way as when I trade my live account on Orlando, trading the major Forex pairs. I use the same strategy. Price, just look at price action on what's happening at the market at that time. I always like to be within the context of the market in real time. Um, I do look at the higher time frames to see if what's been happening recently. The previous day, there's a major sell-off, so I do consider that. But for the most part, I still keep the same mindset, whether it's a prop firm or a live account trading forex pairs. I pretty much read price action, and I stay within the context of the market.
Fantastic. So is there like a specific time period of the day that you trade? And is it only gold that you trade, or do you also trade other Forex related pairs?
Um, for Blue Guardian, I've been trading primarily gold, and for that asset with Blue Guardian, of my other responsibilities outside the prop industry, I trade during the Asian session. So
Oh,
the
okay,
first part of it,
fantastic. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the good thing about, you can trade what kind of fits in with your lifestyle and your schedule because not everyone's got the whole day to be able to trade. So yeah, understandable with
yeah.
that. So your daily routine. So do you kind of like wake up and then you look at the charts and kind of look for an opening and then you'll come back at a certain time of the day just to look over, maybe manage some current trades that you're in or look for other opportunities during the day?
Yeah, so when I opened the charts, I see what was happening the day prior. If there was a major
Hmm.
sell-off, let's say in the U.S. session, if there's a major sell-off on gold. As I look at the next day, particularly in the Asian session, I see for potential buying opportunities. But I first wait if price has been rejecting in certain hours during the Asian session, and if I see enough confirmations on the lower time frames, I do take a trading opportunity there.
Perfect. And with
And
your
also,
strategy,
I want to add too. I
mhm,
also consider fundamentals. I do consider what's happening in the macroeconomic side of things. I always like
yeah.
to know what's driving price as well, not just seeing what's happening on the charts as well.
Yeah, definitely a lot to consider when trying to enter a trade. So with your strategy, your risk management around the strategy that you currently trade, is that obviously that's probably different to a prop firm account to your personal funds. How much a lot sizes you're trading in. Can you give me a breakdown of your risk management?
So uh, for my risk management, when it comes particularly to Blue Guardian, um, as you may know, they do have a required qualified profitable trading day, which means you have to at least profit 0.5% of your initial balance for that day for it to count as a profitable trading day. So going back to your question, um, I trade on a 1-to-1 ratio or 2-to-1. So a maximum of two trades a day. Um, and I aim to just net 0.5% for that day. So,
Oh, fantastic.
specifically, just to trade safe and also at the same time um, satisfy their qualified trading day requirement.
Amazing. Thank you for breaking that down for us. So there's a whole debate in the trading scene that's been going on for ages about is strategy more important or is it the psychology more important? What would you say out of your own experience with trading? What would you consider is the top priority?
Um, I was hoping you had mentioned the third a, a third option was risk management. And I think that goes
Yes.
hand in hand with your psychology. So, I mean, a strategy, you know, it differs obviously between trader to trader. Um, your strategy will not work in the market all the time. So that's why your risk management saves you. And,
Hmm.
it provides you those safeguards. So to answer your question, psychology with the risk management, those two working together. I think that's the most important thing.
I fully agree. I think people kind of look past risk management quite a lot in the trading space. Don't really consider keeping to a risk management strategy properly. I know a lot of people just want to, they see a good setup and they want to push all their, leverage all their account in that into that trade. And yeah, it's just not a great thing to be doing. It's a bad habit for sure. Um, so going back to uh, your prop firm account with Blue Guardian, what made you choose Blue Guardian out of curiosity?
Uh, it, it's just that their evaluation fees, they're honestly they're attractive and they're fair.
Mhm.
Fair in the sense that the fee for that evaluation it accurately reflects the degree of difficulty of passing that evaluation. So if it costs more for this one versus that one, I would understand because you have to obey some sub rules to pass that evaluation. So even fair, but also still attractive. Consumer friendly prices. I would like to say, but fair at the same time. That benefits both parties, the firm and the trader. So I like that. And also, obviously, no time limit. That's on our side. So, but yeah, to add more to my answer, I've been actually I've actually been with them since the beginning. When I
Nice.
believe they opened up in around 21. So at the height of, I think at the midst of COVID, I learned about them, and uh, I was one of the first members of their Discord group, and it's pretty amazing to see how they've exponentially grown within a relatively short amount of time. So I'm really happy for them, and I'm just happy to be a part of their success.
Definitely, that's a great answer. And your payout process. So, could you kind of explain to the audience how much you've managed to get in payout from Blue Guardian so far? And how was the process of that? Please be as honest as possible. If it was bad, please say. But I'm hoping it's a
Yeah, I'll
good.
be honest.
Uh,
I'll be fair.
yeah, of
So
course, yeah.
this particular year, 2025 has been my most profitable with the firm. So for the past 2 months, I've received three payouts, um, uh, 3,000 or more. My highest was my last one, 3,900. For each of those three payouts, they do say they do aim to get your payout request approved and sent out within 48 2 business days. On Discord, I've seen people post their speedy, timely payouts. Me personally, I've yet to experience uh, that fast payout process. But to be fair, on the third business day, when I would have to submit a support ticket, and they've attended to it swiftly, promptly, and approved my payout and sent it out. No funny business. I would understand that they have a queue of payout requests and they have to go through each one as fast as possible. So I understand that if my payout doesn't get to me within 48 hours, I totally understand. What I weigh more is their customer service, their customer support. Responding to my support ticket um, with great speed, and I weigh that more than over a technicality of getting my payout within overnight or within the next 2 days. So I'm confident that I will get that fast payout, but so far for the last three payouts, I've been getting it on the third day, from my
Yeah,
experience.
perfect. Oh, I appreciate your honesty. I think that's the problem with exponential growth in a company. You kind of get flooded with these payout requests, and yeah, you've got to kind of build up to that level where you can manage all of it. So hopefully we'll get to that stage soon, and you'll experience a fast payout.
Thank you.
Um, yes, so I like to end the interviews with just asking for advice for new traders in the game who maybe taking their first Blue Guardian challenge and yeah, if you have any tips or some advice to give to traders trying to pass and get a payout like yourself, that would be fantastic.
Um, this may sound very cliche already in the trading world, but it still rings true. It just you know follow your risk management, whatever the rules you set up for your risk management, whatever rules you set up for your risk management, make sure you follow it to the T. to the best of as best you can, and try do your best to don't be emotionally attached to a trade, especially if it's a losing one. Um, Obey your stop loss, cut your losses early, and look for a good setup for the next day. And you don't always have to look for a trade. You don't necessarily have to trade every day. If there's nothing, look towards the next day. And yeah, that's pretty much my advice. And yeah,
Yeah, that's some really good advice. Totally agree with that. So yeah, thank you very much, Aaron, for taking the time to be a part of this interview, and thank you for all the great bit of content you've given us, and be able to provide that to new starting traders taking a funded challenge. That's amazing. And congratulations on all your success, mate. Hopefully that continues for you.
thank you, Jordan. Right,
Yes, Jordan. Yeah,
Jordan. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for this opportunity for the interview, and yeah, great talk with you.
of course. Thank you very much.